Imagine a place that tells a story spanning centuries, where culture and nature intertwine to create something truly extraordinary. That's the beauty of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I'm Abigail, and this is Global Treasures, the podcast that covers the history, travel tips, and legends surrounding one of the 1,223 World Heritage Sites each episode. These places have been identified as having universal cultural or natural significance that is so exceptional that it transcends national boundaries and is of importance to present and future generations. Welcome to Season 2, where we'll explore the 45 sites that UNESCO added in 1979 together. Thank you for listening to the Global Treasures podcast. We appreciate all of your support, and you can continue to support us by subscribing at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podbean. You can also follow us on TikTok and Facebook. Please share this podcast with your friends as well if they love history and travel too. In the heart of central Bulgaria lies the Thracian Tomb of Kazanlak. This ancient tomb is part of a vast royal necropolis nestled in the valley of the Thracian rulers, a region that holds the remains of more than 1,000 tombs belonging to ancient royalty and nobility. A necropolis is a large cemetery filled with monumental tombs. The tombs themselves offer a glimpse into the daily lives and belief systems of the Thracians, an ancient people who once inhabited the lands of southeastern Europe. Known for their vibrant folklore and elaborate funerary practices, the Thracians left behind a powerful legacy and rich history, which is believed to have influenced both the Romans and the Greeks. Interestingly enough, the Greeks and the Romans viewed the Thracian people as savages and did not look kindly upon them. Historically, the Thracian population mingled with incoming Slavic tribes, a blending of cultures that continued with the arrival of the Bulgars. This eventually led to the development of the First Bulgarian Empire. The Bulgars, Slavs, and the Thracians slowly blended together, producing the Bulgarian people, whose culture reflects the ancient civilizations that once prospered in these lands. Dating back to the 4th century BC, the paintings within this tomb are the best preserved examples of Hellenistic art in Bulgaria. Picture a narrow corridor leading to a round, domed chamber, just large enough to fit bodies for a burial. Instead of a dark, dank mausoleum, it's painted and decorated with murals of a Thracian couple at a ritualistic funeral feast. These feasts were a tribute to those who passed away, as well as a means to reinforce social ties and boast if you held a place high in the social hierarchy. Gifts, such as alcohol, were often dispensed as a symbolic gesture to make sure their loved ones could enjoy their favorite things in the afterlife. The mural shows a seated couple grasping at each other's wrists. They're seated separately in different ornate chairs. Horn musicians can be seen playing instruments as they march in line. It also depicts animals, specifically horses. Saddled horses are being led in one scene, while another shows a porter drawing an awaiting chariot, and a chariot race in progress at the very top of the dome. The trim of the ceiling depicts cattle skulls draped with scarves across their horns, and what appears to be a floral pattern. What all of this means symbolically continues to be debated to this day. The tomb was discovered accidentally in the 1940s, and they were amazed that the colors were still so rich and the pictures so vivid after thousands of years. It's worth noting that this tomb also has ties to another UNESCO World Heritage Site located in Bulgaria, Madara Rider. Madara Rider is a relief from the 7th century AD, which looks like a Thracian horseman relief. If you would like to go back and listen to that episode, it's Season 2, Episode 22. Now that you have some of the context and history, if you want to visit this stunning tomb, let me discuss some logistics and other travel tips you might find helpful. I'll also be sure to post links in the show notes to help make planning your trip a bit easier at no extra cost to you. If you're flying in from another country, you'll want to fly into Plovdiv Airport and then take a bus, train, car, or taxi to Kazanlak. There is public transportation by bus in case you don't rent a car. You should know that certain rideshare companies don't operate in Bulgaria. If you choose to stay in Kazanlak, you'll have plenty of hotel and homestay options available. In terms of getting tickets for the site, know that the original tomb is not open to the public. This, of course, is for preservation purposes. So what you will see is an incredibly detailed replica. You can't purchase tickets online, but you can buy them on site. It's inexpensive, and certain days of the month actually are free. And you don't have to worry about fighting off large crowds either. It appears the site gets under 1,000 visitors each year. You can also visit the Museum of History Iskra, which contains finds from the Thracian town of Southopolis and over 50,000 other original exhibits. Another popular stop in the area is the tomb of Sooth III, which is not a replica. You'll be seeing the real thing. It doesn't contain his remains, though. He was likely cremated. It doesn't have the grand frescoes like the Thracian tomb, but it contains a bronze head and a helmet that are both in remarkable condition. Finally, there's the Shipka Memorial Church, which was erected after Bulgarian independence. This is a great spot for photos. It is truly beautiful. I do want to mention, there are day tours from Sofia and other towns and cities throughout the country that cover the tomb and a couple of the other spots I mentioned. But know that it's going to be a lot of travel to and from, potentially 2 to 4 hours each way by bus. So you may not have a lot of time to spend in the actual sites and museums. Sometimes seeing less, but having quality time in each spot makes for a more worthwhile trip. In terms of the weather, the winters are mild, with low temperatures in the 30s, and that's degrees Fahrenheit. It gets up as high as the mid-70s during the summer, and between May and August, there is a moderate amount of rain, so you may want to pack a poncho or an umbrella. While English is more widely spoken in tourist hotspots, Bulgarian is the official language, so be ready with a translation app or consider learning a few phrases like please and thank you for efficient communication. But keep in mind that one of the best parts of traveling is the learning that comes with it. It's truly empowering and reminds me of all of the things that I'm adept at. You may also want to bring cash to exchange for Bulgarian currency upon arrival. Certain credit cards may not be accepted in smaller stores. Per usual, I want to touch on the cuisine as well. Kazanlak has cafes, food markets, bakeries, fast food, and fine dining options available. One dish that's worth trying, if you see it on a menu, is moussaka. Although this dish is typically associated with the Greeks, the Bulgarian spin on this is really tasty. Moussaka is minced spiced meat combined with tomatoes and eggplant. However, this version swaps out eggplant for white potatoes and is topped with a bechamel sauce. It's often served at celebrations. Food shapes our individual and collective or global identities and serves as a means to nourish ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Today, the Thracian Tomb of Kazanlak stands as a symbol of that deep and complex history, a treasure of Bulgaria that connects its modern identity to the ancient world. Join us for our next episode, where we'll explore Tikal National Park, located in Guatemala. The center of this jungle contains Mayan temples and palaces, and most famously was used as a site for filming none other than the Star Wars film Episode 4, A New Hope. Until then, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep treasuring the remarkable diversity of our world's heritage.